Sinahi magazine for the blind.
So today we're going to be doing the present simple tense. We look at the formulation, how to formulate the present simple tense in the affirmative, negative, and question forms. And also we'll be covering the major uses of this tense. Let's begin with the formulation. How do we formulate the present simple tense? I'll give you an example. Let's take, for example, the verb take. Okay, the verb take. In the affirmative, we say I take, you take, he takes, she takes, it takes, we take, you take, and they take. Have you noticed anything?
Yes.
Yes, Rahima. Rahima. Ranak. Yes, Burhan, just tell me, please. Have you noticed anything when I conjugated the verb take with different pronouns? I take, you take, he takes, she takes, it takes, we take, you take, they take. Do you notice something?
تيكات.
No.
يعني في أي ناحية؟
I can't tell you.
ما
Nothing?
أعرف. I don't know.
Thank you.
محمد
yes.
هناك بعض بس تيك وبعض الآخر كان بي اس تيكس
المفرد.
So that's it. With some pronouns, we keep the infinitive form of the verb to take. With I, you, we, they, we keep the infinitive take. We say I take, you take, we take, they take. But with he, she, and it, we change or we add an S. So we understand that with the third person singular, he, she, and it, we add an S to the verb in the present simple tense. Clear for everyone?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes, miss.
It's clear.
Yes, this is in the affirmative form. Okay? I take, you take, he takes, she takes, it takes, we take, you take, they take. This is the affirmative form. Who can give us another example, another verb, and conjugate it with all pronouns?
I miss.
Yes, Jilan?
Play. You play. He plays. They plays.
How about I?
I play.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes. Go on.
Okay. I play. You play. We play. He plays. She plays. They play.
Plays, not place.
Okay, plays.
Hey.
Yeah. Plays.
Good. You see? I play, you play, he plays, she plays, it plays, we play, you play, they play. In the affirmative, we add S to the verb with the third person singular, he, she, and it. We keep the infinitive form of the verb with I, you, we, and they. We say I play, you play, we play, they play. But he plays, she plays, it plays. This is the only change with the third person singular, he, she, and it. We add an S. But we have an exception with, or some exceptions with some verbs. Okay? If the verb ends in a Y and the Y is preceded by a consonant, we change the Y to I and add ES to the verb with the third person singular, he, she, and it. Example, cry. I cry, we cry, I cry, you cry, we cry, they cry. We keep the stem form, the infinitive form with I, you, we, they, with all verbs. With he, she, it, because the verb cry ends in a consonant, and after the consonant or ends in a Y, and before the Y we have a consonant, the letter R, which is a consonant sound, we drop the Y, we remove the Y and replace it with an I, then we add ES. He cries, she cries, it cries. The spelling, C-R-I-E-S. The stem of cry is spelled C-R-Y. But with he, she, and it, we change the Y, the letter Y, to I and add ES. That underlie the fact that you are conjugating the verb in the present simple tense. She cries, he cries, it cries, I-E-S in the end. Clear?
Yes, it's clear. Yes.
Mm-hmm. We have also the verbs go and do. Okay? Go and do. With I, we always keep the stem form, the infinitive form of the verb with the pronouns I, you, we, they. Okay? We change or we add S with he, she, it only. So go with she, he, it, we add to it ES, like also do, the verb do. We say does, D-O, then we add ES. Clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes.
Another exception is with the verb to have, okay, I have, you have, we have, they have, but he, she, it has. We don't say haves. Okay? We drop VE and put S, H-A-S. He has, she has, it has. Is it clear concerning the form of verbs in the present simple tense in the affirmative form?
It's
Yes.
clear.
Now, if I want to form the negative in the present simple, I need some little word, okay, or two little words. I need to add two words. Who can tell me what should we,
Can I say?
or what do we need to add to make the negative? Yes, Susie.
Yes. We need do and does. With I, we, you, they, do, and not, don't. With he, she, it, we need does, and not, doesn't.
Good. Thank you, Susie.
But
That's it.
we need delete S with verb.
Yes, perfect. That's it. Yes. Nice
you.
job. So if I want to form the negative in the present simple tense, all I need is to add do not, to place it between the subject and the verb. For example, let's take the verb play. I play, you play, she plays, he plays, it plays, we play, they play. This is the affirmative form, but I want to make the negative, to make the verb in the negative form. All I need is, as I said, to put the words do and not between the subject, the pronoun or the subject, and the verb. I do not play, you do not play, he, she, it does not play, means he does not play, she does not play, it does not play, we do not play, you do not play, they do not play. And we notice again here, yes, Heavy? What do you notice?
I think heavy isn't here.
Okay.
Can I answer?
Yes, Sumaya, اسمعي.
Yes, miss.
Yes, what do you notice? I don't play, you don't play, he doesn't play, she doesn't play, it doesn't play, we don't play, you don't play, they don't play. In fact, Susie has just said it. You have to pay attention to what is said.
انحذف اس من he و she و it يعني.
لا الأس لا نضيفه له شيء. وين انحذف الأس من أي كلمة؟
من place.
Good. That's
yes.
it. So here, the S, we remove the S from the verb play. Then we don't say he does not plays or
yes.
he do not
من يصير
plays.
نفي ينحذف من S.
Yes, thank you. We remove the S, as I said, and this S, the S goes to do, to the verb do, does. He does, okay? We conjugate the helping verb do, and we retain the infinitive, the stem form of the verb, the main verb. In this case, play. He does not play. She does not play. And don't forget not. And it does not play. With the rest, we say we do not play. They do not play. I do not play. You do not play. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes,
It's clear. Yes.
Yes, it's clear.
It's clear.
On to now how to make the question.
Can I answer?
How to make the questions, just a second. How to make the question form for verbs in the present simple tense. Yes, Shireen?
Yes, miss. We use verb to do, but for example, we will take the verb write.
Yes.
When we make it question, we will say, do you write?
Good.
Does she write? Yes.
Did she?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice job. That's it. You see, if you want to make the question form for verbs in the present simple tense, we also need the helping verb to do. Okay, but here you have to move the verb to
Sinahi
do
magazine for the blind.
just behind the subject. Okay, the sentence will start with the verb to do, and don't forget, remember to place a question mark in the end. So the affirmative sentence is I write. The question, do I write? Do, then the subject, then the verb, and a question mark. Do I write? Okay, do I write? And if you are speaking the sentence, pay attention to raise. Okay, remember to raise your voice a little bit. So, do I write? Do you write? Does he write? Does she write? Do we write? Do they write? You see? Again, it's the verb to do that we change, that we add an S to it, okay? It is the verb to do that changes its form both in the negative and question forms. Clear?
Yes, it's
Clear.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, so to summarize, to formulate the affirmative, negative, and question forms of verbs in the present simple tense, in the affirmative form, with I, you, we, they, we keep the stem form. We retain the infinitive form of the verb. Like I play, you play, we play, they play. With he, she, it, we add an S. He plays, she plays. We add an S, not es. We add an S. Yes, he plays, she plays, it plays. Sorry, and we add an S to most verbs. But we have some exceptions, like we saw verbs that end in a Y, and when the Y is preceded by a consonant, here we drop the Y, we change the Y to an I and add es. With he, she, it, okay? But with I, I don't know what's going on with me. Sorry. But with I, you, we, they, we keep the stem of the verb, the infinitive form of the verb. To make the negative form, we need to add two little words, do and not. And do not goes just between the subject and the verb. I play, I don't play. You play, you don't play. He plays, he does not play. She plays, she does not play. We play, we do not play. They play, they do not play. And the questions, to formulate the question form, we also need the help of the verb to do, but this time the verb to do comes first. We begin with it, okay? It comes before the subject. So the verb the verb to do, subject, then the main verb. And we place a question mark. So the affirmative form, I play. The negative form, I do not play, I don't play. The question form, do I play? The affirmative form, you play. The negative, you don't play. The question, do you play? The affirmative, he plays. The negative, he doesn't play. The question, does he play? The affirmative, she plays. The negative, she doesn't play. The question, does she play? The affirmative, we play. The negative, we don't play. And the question, do we play? The affirmative, they play. The negative, they don't play. And the question, do they play? And that's all about the form, the formulation of the present simple in the affirmative, negative, and question forms. Any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
You must be happy because you understood. You said it like you are sad because you don't have any questions. The others,
I am very happy.
Miss, it's so easy. No, listen, today's lesson.
it's too easy.
yeah,
Not
yes.
just so easy. The others,
It's too very easy.
yes. Let's cover the uses of the present simple tense. In fact, there are so many uses, but
Sinahi magazine
we are just
for the blind.
going to take 3 major uses of this tense. Do you have any knowledge about when to use the present tense?
Yes, I have.
Present simple tense.
Me too شوية.
No, I have, and I'm sure about that.
Yeah.
We use it with when we want to make plan.
Can I?
Yes.
When we have to do something and
What do you mean when we have to do something?
Like must, you must.
يعني لا يعني
No.
no يعني قصدي إنه مثلا حتى he play يعني هو دا يسوي فد شيء يعني action do.
مش السؤال بالضبط.
An action.
ما هو السؤال أستاذ ربيع؟
ما هو السؤال؟ السؤال هل عندك خلفية معلومة مسبقة متى نستخدم زمن الحاضر البسيط؟
Now I understand the question. The answer is هو نستعمله نحن معظم الأحيان حينما نتكلم يعني
في اللحظة يعني at the moment.
No,
this
continuous.
is continuous. Good.
Okay.
Yes, it's fine. Any ideas? When do we use the present simple tense?
Wallahi, just I have one idea and I said it.
Okay.
والله أنا درست.
Can I say, teacher?
Yes, Susie?
Yes, I think we have some words we can use in simple tense. Same usually, always, never.
Good.
And,
We call these adverbs of frequency. Perfect.
yes, verbs.
But
we can,
yeah,
yes.
to express what? To show what? To indicate what?
Yes, to say what happened, this verb. When happen, this verbs, and when happened, and we can say when the verb to habit and fact.
Perfect.
In simple
That's
tense.
it. You've been turning around the bush, and the idea is very simple: to indicate habits and facts. Thank you.
Yes.
Nice job.
And you can say never to make negative.
Yes.
Instead,
Perfect.
not.
Yes, والله تذكرتها miss.
Good morning. Good morning, London.
Yes.
Good morning. It's okay. It's fine. Okay, so the very major uses of the present simple tense is to indicate facts and habits. Okay? Facts, general facts, are things that are all the time true. I mean, they were true 1,000 years ago, they are true today, and they'll be true 1,000 years in the future. Okay? So they are always true. If I say the Nile is the longest river in the world, this is a fact. This is a general fact. It doesn't change. It existed years ago. It exists now, this fact, and it will exist in the future. The Nile is the longest river in the world. The moon, another example, the moon goes around the earth. Okay? And for example, another example, elephants live for 60 or 70 years on average. This is, again, a general fact. It doesn't change. It is a permanent fact. So, again, we use the present simple tense to talk about permanent situations or general facts, facts that are always true. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah,
Yes,
miss.
clear.
It's very
Yes.
clear.
Clear, of course, honey.
Yes, it can be a general fact about you. I like ice cream. This is a fact about you. Okay? You liked ice cream since you were a child. You like ice cream today, and you will like ice cream in the future. It's just a general fact about you. So the second use of the present simple tense is to talk about habits. Habits are the things that we do on a regular or on a daily basis. We do daily or regularly. Okay? For example, if I say, I drink coffee every morning, this is a habit. This is something I do on a daily basis, every day. Do you always eat so quickly? This is a habit. I'm talking to a person who have the habit or who has the habit.
Miss ما معنى habit؟
عادة.
Okay.
Habits or routines. Good. That's it. So habits or a habit is a routine, kind of routine, something that we do regularly on a regular basis. For example, once a week, twice a month. Okay. Or daily, every day. I go to work by bus every day. This is a habit. My habit of going to work. So if I ask, do you always eat so quickly? This is the habit of eating of that person. For example, I'm having lunch with a friend of mine and they are eating so quickly. Then I ask them, do you always eat so quickly? Is it your habit to eat so quickly? Do you do that every day? I mean, every meal. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
miss.
Yes, clear.
We said we use the present tense, the present simple tense, if we want to talk about general facts, okay? And that is something which is all the time true. And to show or to talk about habits, things that are or that happen repeatedly. Okay? Habits are things that happen repeatedly over time. We do them on a regular or on a daily basis, daily or regularly. Routines. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes? Any questions?
I don't.
I don't have any.
Okay. And one last point in today's lesson, and it is about the use, of course, of the present simple tense, and that is when we use it. I mean, we use the present simple tense when we are talking about future schedules, okay? Future schedules or timetables, we call them schedules or timetables. So if we are talking about schedules or timetables in the future, we can use the present simple tense. Timetables like, for example, trains, planes, and most public transportation, okay? Most public transportation, we use the present simple tense. For example, the train arrives at 9:30 at night. My plane touches down means lands at 8 in the morning. This is a timetable in the future, okay, a timetable in the future, so we use the present simple tense. We use it also for schedules, as I said, meetings, appointments in the future. When does the meeting start? I'm talking about a meeting that will take place in the future. I'm asking about the time of the meeting. When does it start? Clear? Is that okay?
Yes,
Any questions? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
it's clear.
Miss, it's clear.
So that's it about today's lesson.
Yeah,
We saw together
hey,
how
so
to.
easy.
We
خدي,
saw.
it's very clear.
Please,
خدي
I'm
يعني والله.
making. Yeah. Okay. We saw together how to formulate the present simple tense in the affirmative, negative, and question. In the affirmative, we said we just keep the or we just retain the infinitive or base form of the verb with I, you, we, and they. So we say I write, you write, we write, they write, and we add an S to the verb with the pronouns he, she, it. He writes, she writes, it writes, but this is not quite, or this doesn't quite make sense. In the negative, we said we add do not, which goes just between the subject and the verb. I do not, I don't write, you don't write, he does not write, she does not write, we don't write, they don't write. And we said we conjugate do, the verb to do, not the main verb in the sentence. In questions, we place the verb do, to do, just behind or in front of the subject. Do you write? Do we write? Does he write? Does she write? And we saw some exceptions and about some verbs, okay? Said verbs that end in a Y, we change Y to I and add ES to them in the third or with the third person singular he, she, and it. And the verbs go and do, we add ES to them with he, she, it, goes ES, does ES, okay, in the end. Have becomes has with he, she, it. And verbs that end in CH, SH, X, double S, we add, and Z, we add ES to them. After that, we moved to see the uses of the present simple tense. We took 3 uses, okay, 3 major uses, and these are the most common uses of this tense. First, to talk about general facts. These are things that are true all the time. Okay, they were true in the past, they are true today, and they will be true in the future. Like the example we saw together, the Nile is the longest river in the world. And second use is when we talk about habits. When we are talking about habits or routines, these are the things that we do on a regular basis or on a daily basis. Like, for example, I go to the gym twice a week. This means every week I go to the gym. Every month I go to the gym. The whole year I go to the gym. or all the year I go to the gym. It is a repeated action. And what else? Or how else we use the present simple tense? We use it when we are talking about schedules and timetables in the future. The plane arrives at 6 in the evening, okay? And the meeting starts at 11 in the morning. In fact, there's another use, it's a simple one, of the present simple tense. We use it with state when we are talking about states. Okay, we say, for example, you seem tired, you seem pale today. This is a state, and with verbs like, verbs of sensing, like hear, smell, see. Verbs of thinking, like think, remember, understand, realize. Verbs of feeling, like, love, hate. Okay, love, hate, like. And also verbs of speaking, like promise, admit. We use the present simple because most of these verbs are stative verbs, and as we saw in a previous lesson, stative verbs are never in a continuous form. They are always in simple forms. So we use the present simple tense with state when we are talking about states, and with verbs of sensing, thinking, feeling, and speaking. So we say, I promise I won't do that again. Not I am promising, I promise. Here we use the present simple. I understand what you say. This is a verb of thinking. And with all these verbs, we use the present simple tense. That's it. We are done with today's lesson. Yes, Sumaya.
Yeah.
Yes, Sumaya, work with Burhan and Jilan.
Okay.
Burhan gave a sentence in the present simple in the affirmative. An affirmative, you give an affirmative sentence in the present. Sumaya make it in the negative, and Jilan make it a question. Yes, begin.
Abraham.
I use a computer.
I don't use a computer.
Do you use a computer?
Good. Thank you. Muhammad, Shajan, and Shireen do the same. Shajan, give a sentence, an affirmative sentence. You have to try.
والله أنا أعرف إنه لأن قلت لك أنت تحاولين إنه تمرنيني على هاي الشغلة.
Miss Ruqayya, what shall I do? Question or negative?
You do the question, and the negative is for Muhammad.
You can't try.
والله تشتكي بيجا خناتيا قولي شيء.
بيجي ببالي أنا أطلع يتفرمد.
جماعة لا أحد.
Can I help her?
No.
Never. In the exam, nobody is gonna help the other. لا أحد. Burhan, you want me to take points from you?
Oh.
Okay.
Close the door.
شو قلتي؟
I close
the door.
The door.
Yeah.
درجه I don't know how to say it. درجه I don't know. بس أغلق الأساتذة.
Miss Ruqayya, I want to tell you.
من يرزقه good.
من درجه جرت. يعني أنا سديت الباب.
No,
من
درجه
يعني الباب.
من درجه
سمية no.
Yes. من بمعنى أنا هذا أعرف.
نعم. درجة بمعنى دور. قرت بمعنى close. إغلاق.
كلمة أخرى أستاذ رقية، كلمة قريبة من نستعملها كثيرا في المحاضرات. كليل هي مفتاح، مثل كليل.
Yes, Muhammad.
Yeah, she said I close the door. Put it in the negative, the sentence, Muhammad.
I don't close the door.
Oh.
Good. Perfect.
Do you close the door?
No, I don't
Do you
want.
close, not close? Close.
Close.
Good.
Close.
Do you close the door?
Yeah. Yes.
Now.
أنا وبرهان وسمية.
No. شيرين وبرهان.
إيه.
شيرين وبرهان وسمية. أوكي.
محمد وشهجان وجيلان.
أيوة.
Okay.
Same, but this time you give the affirmative sentence, Shireen.
Okay.
You make the negative, Burhan, and the question, Sumaya.
Okay. She walk to home every day. She no, just a second. She writes.
لا والله ممتازة هاي بس
Yes, she.
لو خليتيها
home. Just a second, Sumaya. Drop to, remove to.
Okay, and at S.
I walk home. That's she walks home every day.
ممتازة.
قطعة سمية ممتازة. Okay, go ahead, Burhan.
She doesn't walk تمام الجملة home every day.
إيه أتمها. Okay. Yes.
Does she walk home? Does she walk to home every day?
Not to. We drop it. We don't say to. Does she walk home every day?
Does she walk home every day?
Okay.
Good. Yes, جيلان, شاجان,
نعم.
and من بدأ الجملة أول مرة؟ شاجان. إيه.
شاجان.
Muhammad, give a sentence in the affirmative. Shajan, put it in the negative. Jilan, ask the question.
بس نفس الشيء صار مس جيلان هم سوت question.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. ومحمد
إذا
يعني شاجان
خلي شاجان أنا أنسى شاجان تسأل.
Muhammad, give a sentence.
Yes.
Shajan, make it in the negative.
No, question.
In the question. Jilan, make it in the negative.
Okay.
And Shajan, make it a question. Yes, go ahead, Muhammad.
You speak. والله ما خلت كر. You speak English. والله بقول قطع.
You don't speak English. Do you speak English?
Good. We don't say you don't speak English. You
What?
don't speak English. خليتيها مثل السؤال تبدو. English.
Okay. Okay.
Do you speak English? Yes. Good. Yes, I do. By the way, how to answer these questions? We call these yes/no questions. We call them just a second. Yes/no questions that we ask with do, to be, to do, to have.
Yeah. Are you
yes.
for example?
Yes. Just a second.
Yeah.
Just a second. We call them yes/no questions because the answer we have yes or no, then just a little the subject and the verb. Yes, how if I say, do you speak English? If the answer is yes, how do we answer? How do we say it?
Can I answer?
Yeah.
Do you speak English?
Yes,
do
I
you?
do.
جواب أنا.
I said Shireen.
No, she's talking with sharing.
Okay.
أجابت. But if the answer is not, is no, how do we say it? Yes.
No, I
Yes,
don't.
Shirin. Good. Yeah. No, I don't. Do you remember the sentence I gave you in the test before we started this course?
I remember.
Do you like music? We say yes, I do, not he does or I does. Yes, I do. يعني الأسئلة إذا طرحناها بهذا الشكل نسميها نعم لا. الأسئلة نعم لا.
يعني نجيب باختصار
بالضبط أجوبتها مختصرة. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Are you Algerian? Yes, I am. No, I am not.
No, I am not.
Okay.
حلو.
Have you seen Burhan? No, I haven't. Yes, I have. You see? Very short answers. واضحة محمد?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. But if you have questions, please tell me before we say goodbye.
Yes.
كل شيء clear.
Everything is clear.
Everything is clear.
Good.
شيرينا متكتكاني.
So see you tomorrow, inshallah.
Inshallah.
See you tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Cheerio. Bye.
Sinahi Magazine for the Blind.